Hello. Hello. They're having issues.
Wait, you
Let
just
me
clicked
hoist
live?
myself up here.
Mother, I hate to not follow you, but you do not do that.
Oh my
I
goodness.
give up.
Okay.
There you go.
Now the table's still wobbling.
Here.
It wasn't wobbling literally 5 seconds ago, so.
Just a second. Hold on.
Okay. No.
Okay. Sorry guys. We're having major
on
tech
this side,
issues.
it's on a
Okay.
cardboard platform.
Now I think. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Okay. I think we're. Okay. Let's see.
Are we on?
Yes, you're on. You're going. You're
We're
live.
going live.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Let's see. So, can you guys hear me? Is the mic on?
Yes, the mic's on.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
We
me
can hear
now?
you.
We don't have tech support today, guys. We're trying to do this on our own.
Mike isn't here,
Oh, well, I just told you. Yeah, they can hear you.
and Dave is helping very unwillingly, but helping. Okay, they can all hear me. Okay, thank you. I think, is this light supposed to be on, Dave?
Oh, it's fine. It looks fine.
It does?
Does it look bad?
Okay.
I-
Okay. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Okay.
Is the
so,
camera working up here?
I think the camera
Yeah,
is
the
working.
camera's working.
All right, so today we're talking apples. Mom didn't do nothing. I did it all. The boys and I went and picked apples on Sunday. And
Now, she needs to clarify. They dropped off like 3 huge boxes of apples for me to dehydrate. So,
you haven't done anything with them.
well, not yet, because you've had the dehydrator.
Mom hasn't done anything with the apples yet except make one little thing of applesauce. So don't listen to her sob story.
You're going to tell her
So, let's
what are
see.
you looking for?
Okay. So we
really are disorganized today, guys, truly.
okay, so there.
You're
Oops. Oh my
tapping
goodness.
them. You're tapping their ears, Mother.
I'm tapping their ears. I'm sorry.
You back up the mic a little
Okay.
bit. Sorry, guys.
There we go. All right. So now, does Jill have a rectified dehydrating cinnamon apple chips? I have no idea what that question means, Barbara. Rectified? I don't know.
Now, apple chips.
You
can
do apple chips, yeah.
kind of.
We're going to talk about that in just a second, so maybe we'll answer it then. Okay, so this is one of 8 boxes that
Do not show it.
that Dave and Jack sort of helped pick. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to rebill, aren't we, Dave?
I know.
We're going to rebill.
He and Jack helped, and we got all of these apples.
What do you mean, sort of?
So 250 pounds worth of apples is what we came back with. And so we were going to make applesauce and
Fruit leather.
apple butter, fruit leather, and apple pie filling. Yes, you may. With all of these apples. So let me show you how I did my apple sauce first, okay? So let me set these down here. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate all of this. And I forgot my knife. Thank you, Mother, for remembering. And
Well, it would be kind of hard for us to show you everything, from scratch in one video. We do have videos online, don't we, about doing dehydrating a little bit and stuff.
Yeah. And some people are asking what kind of apples. I have no idea. They're free apples. So I don't know.
Got them free.
They are free. And so I don't know for sure. Now, this is my applesauce that I started. And what I did was I filled my Dutch oven here about this full. Okay. Like right there. No, about this much with water. Okay. And then what I did, because these apples are so small, see how small these are? What I did was I just cut them in half, checked for worms. Okay, so this is a wormy one. How can you tell? Because you can see the, well, basically worm poop there in the center. See that? So for the ones that are wormy, I just cut off the sides like this and threw them in my bucket here. Now, the ones that aren't wormy like this, probably, oh, nope, I lied. That one's wormy too.
You always have to cut them open when you get apples like this to make sure.
There's no worms. Okay, here's a non-wormy one. Okay, so see this non-wormy one? So that's non-wormy. And see the difference between wormy, right there, wormy, and not wormy. Okay, so then what I would do is, because these are so small, I would just take and cut them in half like this, throw them peels, stems, and seeds all into my bucket, okay? And then I would put it in my pan and turn it on medium. I would fill my pan up about, not quite to the top, because you don't want it to go clear to the top, because what it'll do is boil over and then your apples will start falling out. So you want it about, 7/8 full or so. Now, these recipes, guys, Dining on a Dime cookbook, 25% off right now. These are all in our cookbooks. And so this is where all of these are coming from. So then what I did was I boiled my apples for about, I don't know. I just boiled them till they're really soft and mushy. See how soft and mushy those are? So it's probably 20 minutes on medium. And then here's what I did. And I forgot my bowl. Because I am not prepared today.
We were really totally unprepared, guys. Sorry about that.
So then what I did was I took my bowl right here and I took my old-fashioned food mill. So this is an old-fashioned food mill. I got it for free somewhere. I don't know where I got this. Probably just somebody had leftovers from our garage sale. And then what I did was I just put it in my food mill like this. Now, they have the crank food mills. And, oh boy, it's probably in the description, but since Mike's not here, I have no idea how to find the description. And they have a crank food mill where you can put it in there and then go around and around like that. And you can get a crank food mill. And I'm trying to see if I can find it here. Let's see. I think it's in the description. Let's just go here real quick and see. Yes.
Never had
Okay.
shows so unorganized.
So the link is in the description for a regular hand crank. Now, I found one at a thrift store here. They wanted $25 for that thing. I was like, you can get it for $22 to $50 on Amazon, depending on which one you get. Like, I ain't paying $22 for this thing. So I'm just using my old-fashioned one, and I'm just gonna take out life's frustrations. And you will see, actually, I'm splattering my computer. Mike would not appreciate having to explain to Apple how I got Apple on my computer. It's been a long day. Okay.
Oh my word. You guys, I wish we could transport all of you here just to see what's happening behind the scenes, in the scenes.
So then I did 90 pounds of apples this way. And yesterday I was like, you know what? I am done with applesauce. I'm not doing this anymore. And so then I just squished all of the apple stuff out. Thank you, Christine. Right here.
I can't even read the comments.
Here, let me do this. Okay, so here's the easy food meal, guys. Let me throw that in there for you. There's a shorter link, and you'll be able to find it better. Christine's probably won't show.
I can't read the comments. Sorry.
So yeah, Mom got her glasses smashed in the Walmart party.
Gal at Walmart said, "Oh, we found your glasses," and she said, "But the bad news is," and she handed me this pile of glass and metal. So my glasses are
Yeah. So
demolished.
new glasses are on the way from China. They'll be here next week, hopefully. Okay, so then you just smush and smush and smush and smush and smush and smush and smush, okay? And then what you end up with, see how it's all kind of smushed out, okay? Just like that. And then you have your applesauce, okay? Then what you do is this handy little trick that Ellie did. Now, I brought the wrong size bag. This is a freezer bag, but I used a sandwich bag because we're only feeding 4 of us, and we don't need this much applesauce in one setting, okay? So I just used a regular sandwich bag, but I got this handy dandy little contraption right here, and let me grab the link for it here. You guys can see. This is great for doing freezer meals. I don't know. I think maybe my friend Kimmy, she's in her apron, uses this too. But Ellie started on these when we were doing the goat milk lotion. And she would fill this up and cut the hole. And this is how she would fill each individual flavor. So then you just fill it up and just dump your applesauce in. And this holds it in place. It's really handy. Okay. So that's how you make the applesauce. Now, that recipe, Dining on a Dime cookbook, right there, 25% off. Let me grab the recipe link here for you, or not. Let's see. Here it is, just a second. So here's the recipe for the applesauce. Yes, Kimmy. Hello, Kimmy.
We need Kimmy here, huh?
So I have to say something funny. So Kimmy and us, we and her husband were going to a YouTube conference Monday in LA. She texted, "Can I say this, Kimmy?" Oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't say this. Tell me if I can say this, Kimmy, what you texted me just a minute ago. Hold on. I'll wait for her to say that first, okay? So before I say that, because I don't want to say something that I shouldn't say. Okay, so then this is your homemade applesauce. Now, I left it without sugar and everything. Because you can use it for baking and that type of thing if you run out of oil. And so I left it without the sugar. So what I'll do is I'll stack the freezer bags up in the freezer, and then I will defrost them and use it later. So here's what Kimmy here's what Kimmy texted me. She's like, "Please, can you call me? I'm having a YouTube meltdown." Join the rest of us, girlfriend. See what we don't have Mike to do the camera.
She want to sit in a chair.
So here's the thing. No, it's okay. So here's the thing. Us YouTubers, what people don't realize is we have to do twice as much work before and after for these things because you have to keep video going while you're gone. So I spent 4 hours, 3 hours filming and another hour prepping and stuff, doing videos before this that I still have to edit before we leave to go to this conference in LA. So I was having my own personal meltdown. So I'm going to call Kimmy after the show. And we're going to have a meltdown together. And then, as a matter of fact, I even told Mike, I said, I don't even want to go to this conference. I'm like, I don't care.
She's quitting.
I don't want to go. I quit. I'm done. But we forge on. So anyway, okay. So now, oops, I got up too fast. Oh dear, if I pass out live.
Pull that chair over there if you need to.
Okay, so that's the applesauce.
Before she quits, let me tell you.
Here, hold on. We'll move the camera up for her. Okay.
If you now she's doing huge amounts and she needs to do this method for doing a huge amount. But if you have like a bag, like a 3-pound bag of apples that you aren't going to be using, just take and put them in. What I do is I peel them, core them, put them in a pan just to slow simmer for however long it takes for them to get really mushy. And then after that gets done, I pour them in a bowl and take the hand blender and just zap them with the hand blender.
But you core and peel them and all that. See, these apples I can't core and peel because they're too small.
Yeah, see, and for doing this many now, but with a regular bag, like if you bought a bag or something like that, then I would peel and core them. So you just use these methods. None of them is set in stone. You have to do it one way or another way. You adapt. Like if you don't have the pressing thing that you're using, if you don't have that, there's other things you can do to go ahead and do this anyway with that.
Okay, so now we're gonna have Mom, before I do the apple butter and the what was the other apple pie filling, apple butter and apple pie filling. Before I talk about that, I'm gonna have Mom show you how we peel and core. Okay.
If we can.
Sorry about the camera work. Oh, sorry. I got your ears again. All right.
Got my ears.
No, I hit the microphone, so I just blasted their ears. Okay, so
all right, I've got this. This is not working real well on this table, so I've got an old-fashioned metal 1940s table at home. Is that going to get into the computer?
Wait.
And this is supposed to hook onto here. Now, I don't know if you can see or not, but I've got this blue rubber thing here.
You know, the shelf liners work really good. This isn't a shelf liner, but
what that
is, shelf liner that's keeps stuff from falling over,
sliding.
Yeah.
But the thing, what I did here was I just had an old rubber glove that I was getting ready to toss out. I didn't catch it. And I cut the top off that rubber glove.
Excuse me, I need to adjust myself here.
I had to. I need an apple. Oh, that one's a really rough one. Can you hand me one? I was going to throw the rubber glove away. And so I took and cut the top off just to keep this from sliding. But it's not even hooking onto this table.
Well, this is a funky table. This has a weird edge on it. This. Oh my goodness. We are professionals.
Things. You know what I feel? I feel like.
Careful! Don't cut your.
I won't have a heart attack.
Okay, so we'll kind of give you the theory.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have a
weird,
if you don't have a weird table thing, it'll hook onto the table, guys.
Yeah,
it's really actually.
It really does good if you don't have. But the thing is, okay, this is going to be a real challenge. But we'll get a couple slices out, and then I'll just quit. Let me just get a couple. I'm afraid your fingers. And see, it does work pretty good.
This actually does work. So we've been using one of these for like 50 years. So it really does work. Actually, it's just this.
Now let me show. I don't throw the cores away. You don't have to throw the cores away. You can. I put them in the compost pile. Is what I usually do. But we used to dehydrate them. Remember them and put them for potpourri, and use them for fall potpourri.
Yeah.
Now let me show you. I've got this apple now that has all the different slices.
Hold on. So see, it's slices and dices. There you go.
And this one did pretty good. But sometimes what happens is the apples aren't shaped perfectly. So it leaves pieces of the skin on in different areas. What I've learned to do with that is, and I don't think mine's having peel.
Yeah, I like the apple
She
peel.
likes the apple peel like in her pie or in her crisp. I don't want the apple peel in there. And it's just personal preference is all. So what I do, after I do it, I cut it like that. And then that separates them. See how neat that just one slice. And I put them in a large mixing bowl of water. And this is the important thing, guys, is to use salt. Everybody uses lemon juice. And a couple of things about that. Lemon juice costs more money than salt. You know, the other thing is everybody has salt at home. There's, so if you're out of salt, to try to go to the store or lemon juice, go to the store and buy lemon juice to do this job. No, you can do. I don't know why more people do not use the salt.
Because they're afraid they're going to kill themselves.
With
high blood pressure.
Oh no, what you do is you have a big mixing bowl and you only put in like a tablespoon of salt for this big mixing bowl and you do hundreds of apples. So how much salt is actually going to get on those apples? And so what I do is I have my mixing bowl with water and my salt in there to kind of swish it around to dissolve it. And I toss all of these, just this handful right there into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I get done, I will take them out of the water. I'll
Okay.
show those in a
Okay.
minute. When I take them out of the water, and I have 2 trays. And let me get the tray over here. Now we've been using this tray, so it's kind of, so what I do is I have 2 trays. This one I just have one here, but I have 2 trays, and see, I can see this right away. This has no peel, so I just automatically drop it there. This one has peel. I'll drop it on that tray. So what I'm doing by putting the peels ones over there and the non-peels over here is these I use for eating in hand, just like a trail mix type stuff, you know.
Like this?
Yeah, well, I dehydrate them. These I use for my pies. Now the pie ones I can use for eating or for pies. And it's not that hard to separate the peels.
So we use these for like trail mix and that kind of thing. We use the fancy ones for pies.
For pies and crisp and, you know, applesauce or apple butter or whatever. And that's all I have to do. And the salt water, another thing, the salt water doesn't leave, the lemon juice leaves like a sticky residue. I can't quite, it's not really bad, but it is there. And so, and I also, if you are sending apples with your kids to school and they don't like the peel, you can peel and core them and put them in the salt water before you send them to school, and they won't turn brown. I experimented a while back, and these stayed for, I think it was 4 days. I finally just ate them.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't turn brown. I just kept them in the water. So
our heads are cut off because we're showing here, and I don't have my tool to work the camera. Sorry.
You'll see our heads in just a minute. Now, here are the peels. Don't throw the peels out. I take and dehydrate the peels too. In the end, I just dump them on top of the tray. And like I said, we've got another dehydrating video that shows, I think, a little bit more. Here's some dehydrated peels that I have. What I do with these, then, I didn't get this done yet. I got gook all over my hands. I will grind them into a powder. You can use a coffee grinder, a blender, or a food processor. I grind them into a powder. These are really good after you put them in a powder to put in like your tea, to flavor your tea with apple flavor. You can put it in bread, like banana bread or muffins. Blueberry muffins, just put a couple tablespoons of that in there, and that gives a little bit more nutrients, and you can use that stuff, that extra, don't waste that. That's a good extra thing to have. And the powder lasts for quite a while. How long? Everybody's going to ask how long. When I dehydrate my apples, if I don't vacuum seal them, I keep them at least a year, at least a year. If I vacuum seal them, I've kept them up to 2 years or more. When I vacuum seal my dehydrated apples. As far as the cinnamon, somebody asked, Barb or somebody asked about cinnamon crisp. What was the first question we got before we started?
I have no idea.
Was it you, Barb? Somebody
asked Barb about apple chips.
Apple chips.
These are the apple chips. Then.
These would be, now these are a little bit thicker, but if you dehydrate these long enough and dry them out long enough, they'll be like a chip.
Did we not bring we forgot the container of, I was going to show the done ones.
Oh, you did? Forgot them? That's okay. And all you do is just sprinkle the cinnamon, the sugar on them before you start dehydrating, just make up a container of cinnamon sugar, sprinkle on there, and then dehydrate. And the longer you dehydrate them, the crispier and more chippy they'll get. And I like them better.
I love them like that.
That way, even better. Are we getting any questions at all?
Well, kind of what is the dehydrator we use? So actually we're going into that right now. Are you done with that, Mom?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to show you the dehydrator and the fruit leather that we use. Okay. So there's the dehydrator link. And Jenny says they put dehydrated apple peels in their kids' oatmeal. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And you can put the that's what
Okay.
Sprinkle it in any place. That's really good.
Now I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm just so not ready. Oops.
What were you needing?
Okay. Well, so anyway. Oh, yeah, I can do it this way. Or no, I can't. Okay. So here is what the fruit leather looks like. Okay, here's the fruit leather.
Did you show what dehydrator?
Yeah, well, I'm
Oh.
getting there. Just a second. So okay, let me do that first. So the dehydrator that we use is the Excalibur right there. Now we have had this 15 years, 16 years, something like that. And it is still going strong and we use it every year. Love the
Yeah,
thing.
use it all
It's
the
a
time.
little pricey, but it's way better than the $50 ones you get at Walmart. It doesn't burn. It does it evenly. It has variable temperatures up there, so you can do everything from beef jerky down to fruit leather. And if you think you're going to do a lot of dehydrating, I would get this.
Yeah.
This is why I don't buy a freeze dryer. People keep asking me about freeze dryers. Oops, I'm sagging.
You need me to help hold you up there.
No, but Mike would like to. So I would rather see someone invest in this than a freeze dryer, because it's not it's $300 instead of $3,500. But who wants to use food 25 years later? I mean, seriously. I know that's not the point, but they promote it that you use it. Now, I may totally change my mind. Let me just say, I love dehydrated food, but not for $3,500.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
You'd have to do an awful lot. And the thing is, now I forgot what the thing was.
About the dehydrator.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, well, now if you're unsure, well, first of all, this will pay for itself because I live by myself. And what I do is, if I see I have carrots in there that start and I'm not using them, or celery or something, all what I do is pull them out, slap them on this tray. I don't even sometimes you don't even have to really cut them up. It's, if you want to, you can. The little baby carrots, I don't even cut them up. I just lay them on the tray. And I take those vegetables like that, stick them on the dehydrator, and it dehydrates them. And so I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm sorry, guys. We've got like everything going on here. So I throw anything that's going to waste on me by myself, I will dehydrate them. And so it's paid for itself for me, because then you could take those vegetables and just throw them in a pot of water and make vegetable soup, during the winter or whatever. And it comes in really, really handy. So it's kind of paid for itself for me, because plus they have apples on sale now this week. And for really, relatively cheap, or like Tara got these free apples. When you get something like that, we've saved just in this one batch quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Getting all these boxes of apples by dehydrating them and that type of thing. And they're nice too for Christmas gifts. You can use some of this stuff for Christmas gifts. Dehydrate the a lot of people love the crispy, dehydrated apples. And so it's something different than from the usual candy and cookies that you give at Christmas time. Just give a jar of this. And you can also, like, if somebody lives alone or is an older person, to do the dehydrated vegetables, and all they have to do is just dump them in a pot of water and make up their soup. And so it makes a nice little basket. You can make a little gift basket with all the dehydrated stuff in there. So it would pay in the long run. It really would pay for you, because it's something you would really use quite a bit. And if you're not sure that you want to do the dehydrating, you could get the smaller ones if you find one at garage sale, and you could start from there, but you would probably eventually want to go ahead
If you want to do a lot.
Yeah, if you want to do a lot, this is more than worth it.
Dining on a Dime has beef jerky, guys, right here. And the next one is fruit leather. So let's talk about that real quick. So here's what the fruit leather looks like. Oops, I'm sagging again. Sorry.
You want me to pull your top from behind or something?
Okay, so this is what the fruit leather looks like. Oh, dear. Oh, this is not how it's supposed to be. What happened? Okay, never mind. Crisis averted. Okay, so I dehydrated this day before yesterday, and we thought we were doing the show, and then I got really sick and couldn't do the show. So anyway, okay, so here's what the fruit leather looks like in the end. Okay, now The recipe's in Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. And what you do is you take a piece of
Saran wrap.
plastic saran wrap. Now, they do have, and I will put the link here for you guys who want it. They do have silicone dehydrator sheets now. They didn't when we first got our dehydrator. Now that I know that, when Mom dies and I get my dehydrator back, I will buy the silicone sheets because I think that would be so much easier. Trying to get this straightened out and all of that is just kind of a pain in the patootie. So then what you do is you mix your mashed apples, so basically applesauce with a little bit of corn syrup and just a tad of lemon juice, just a tad. And then you put it on your sheet here. And then what you do is you just, yeah, Kimberly says the silicone sheets work really, really good. So does Cindy. Yeah, see, I think I would really love that. And then what you do is you just spread it pretty thin. You don't want to see any holes, but you don't want it real thick either, okay? So like, see this hole right here? Okay, so I'm going to smooth that like so, just like this, okay? And, okay, so can you see how evenly that is? And then, of course, I would put 2 on here. And then just slide it in here. Now, for those of you who are wondering, I wanted to show you what happens when you use parchment paper instead of plastic wrap. This is what happens.
Is this what not to do?
This is what not to do. For those of you who are wondering. So I wanted to test it just to see if parchment paper would work. And it seeps into the paper and kind of fuses with the paper. So don't use parchment paper. That's the moral of that story there.
Yeah.
See, I can't even get it off.
And if you're unsure about anything like this ever, just do a small amount. Don't fill all the trays full of something like the parchment paper with the leather on it. If you're not sure and you haven't done it before, just do a little bit.
Now, what you can do also is keep it on the plastic like this and just, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And just roll it up like so. Oops.
This is so great for kids' lunches. And
and then what you do is just have a fruit roll up.
Catch that in the scissors.
Oh, oops. Sorry, I'm falling again. Oh, no, I fell.
You're losing part of yourself.
And then you just have fruit roll-ups. Okay. So that's what you have. Now, here's what we're going to do just briefly. I was going to do a whole bunch more, but we also have pie filling and apple butter in Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. Okay. We have, oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, dear.
No.
Are we still live?
It's like,
I think, yeah, we're still live. Okay.
We're still live.
I am I? Yeah. Okay. So, there's apple butter and apple pie filling also in the book. And the apple pie filling is a freezer apple pie filling. Now, what you can do with the apple pie filling is I just put it in 1 apple pie's worth in a baggie. But if you really want to get all fancy schmancy, you can line your pie filling with foil or plastic wrap. Put your apple pie filling in there, freeze it, and then just pull out the foil and you already have them and you can stack. The problem with that is when you're doing batch cooking for apples, it takes 24 hours, basically, 12 hours to freeze one thing. So
another thing, did you want me to tell about how I do my apple pie now? Did you know I was going to tell about doing the apple pie?
Well, so let me finish. So,
well, I was going to, something's connected with that, but I'll tell you in a minute what to do, why I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. So if you see people freezing their apple pie filling in the pie pan. That's a good idea, but it's not a practical idea.
Yeah, and I did that years ago, and I've stopped doing that, and I'll explain
so
why.
if you do 1 or 2 pies worth, that's fine. But if you're doing a whole bunch of pies worth, just put it in the bag and then defrost it the night before you go to make your pie, and then put it in there is what we do. So Diana wants to know, for the fruit roll-ups, can you use sugar or maple syrup or honey? Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so what's your pie thing?
Well, I was just going to say that I would measure exactly how much pie filling needs to go in your pie pan. And then I would put it in the plastic bag. When you get ready to make your pie, take it out, and I put it in the microwave. I would put it in a bowl, probably. You could maybe do it in the plastic bag, but I'd at least put the plastic bag in a bowl. And I would put it in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes. Now, the pie filling's already cooked, so all what you're trying to do is heat it up and get it to almost bubbly, because then I pour it into my pie crust. What happens is that has the inside guts of the pie already hot and bubbly, and when you put it in the oven to cook it, the crust doesn't get burnt as easily. You know how
you don't have to cook it as long.
Yeah, you don't have to cook it as long, and the crust doesn't get burnt on. You know how you put the foil along there, or those little foil edges to keep it from burning? You don't have to mess with that, because you're trying to cook the apples from the outside heat of the oven to go get all the way into the center of the pie to get those apples cooked or heated up anyway, where this way it's already heated up. And so you're doing half the heating time by putting them in the microwave. Now, the apple pie filling, everything's cooked. So you just, the filling's all cooked, the apples are all cooked, so you're okay to go for just like a couple of minutes. If you're starting from scratch with just raw apples and not doing the pie filling, to put the raw apples in there, is I would take the apples and the cinnamon and sugar and put it all in a bowl, microwave it
Recipes in here.
for at least 3 minutes in the microwave till the apples start getting a little bit cooked, or it gets really, really hot, and then pour them in the pie filling. It'll make the world of difference on your pies,
Oh, I hate it when I eat a homemade apple pie and the
apples
are
not
hard.
cooked, or they're halfway cooked in the center. So this cooks the apples part way or all the way before. And the apple pie filling is good too, because it's already got cooked. My mom, everybody raved about my mom's pies, how good they were. Well, she used
canned apples.
Bought canned pie filling.
Not pie filling, just canned apples.
Just the canned apples. But the thing was, the canned apples were always well cooked, and that's why I think people liked it. And microwaving all of this beforehand gets the same effect. You can do this with a peach pie. I microwave my peach filling, my berry filling. I get all my fillings like that. Now, the custard pies, I don't. But the fruit pies, I do try to get the fruit partially cooked. And another tip on pot. Can I give another pie tip? On pies, because Thanksgiving will be coming up. We might even do another pie thing, but when you make like pumpkin pie or a custard pie, that you're pouring liquid into a raw pie crust, what I do with that is I take the pie crust before I put the filling in it, and I put it in the oven. You have to watch it. I put it in the oven. The oven's already heated up, and I watch it until the bottom of the pie crust and up the edges start getting puffy, like it puffs up. And once it starts getting puffy like that, then I pull the crust out and I put the filling in at that point. That prevents a soggy pie crust bottom. How many pies have you eaten that's had soggy? And if you're wondering about your pies, whether they're good or bad, you can tell if your crust is a good crust or the pie's good.
Okay, stop. The only crust you need is right here. Let me tell you, I'm not kidding. I hate pie crust. It's nasty. I will eat Mom's pie crust because it actually tastes good. And I'll get the link for you. But seriously, it's the only pie crust you need to eat.
Well, I took a bunch of recipes that were supposed to be really good, and I kind of combined all the ingredients, and that's bragging on my own pie crust, but it is good pie crust.
It's
I mean,
good.
it really
I
is a
hate pie
good-
crust. I hate eating other people's pies
And-
because they're just nasty.
Well, you can tell if it's a bad pie crust or not, because when people go to put their dirty dish up, do they have the little edge laying on there, or do they have the soggy crust where they've eaten out the filling?
Mhm.
And if that's happening, your pie crust, you need to adjust it and fix it or try something different, because I don't think anybody's ever thrown my pie crust away. They always eat it. So it is a really pretty good pie crust, guys,
Yep.
if you're looking for a good one.
And do not use Granny Smith apples for your pie filling. Everybody uses Granny Smith apples. They are nasty. People like our pie because we don't use Granny Smith. I use Red Delicious. I know they're super juicy. I just add a little extra cornstarch, or Gala. If you really insist on using Granny Smith, then at least mix it half and half. But let me tell you, do not use Granny Smith apples. They're gross in pies. They're not sweet enough, and people don't put enough sugar in them.
Well, and one thing too, a lot of people feel like they have to go buy Granny Smith just to make a pie. I actually use whichever apples I have at
On sale.
that you can eat, you know,
Mhm.
by hand. So they do a dual purpose. Anytime you get these specialty
Mhm.
things that you have to buy, you're spending more
Yeah.
money and more time doing this. Just use what you have in your
Yeah.
refrigerator. And I love Gala above all else
Yeah.
because you can eat them, and they're
And they don't make your pie soggy.
no, they don't. They're
we
great
never
for pie.
never have had a soggy pie.
No,
ever.
But I use the Gala, and
Mhm.
if I happen to have, you know, like some Delicious in there, I'll throw in, you know, a couple of Delicious to go with it. Just whatever I happen to have in there. But so combination of apples is really good too. But unless you could put a lot of sugar in a Granny Smith pie, they're usually too tart, is what it is. So so
I wish you guys could actually taste our apple pies. I'm serious. We need to start an apple pie shop because our apple pies are actually good.
and
They really
our
are.
pecan pie recipes.
really are.
Our pecan pies. Tara's dad went, I love pecan pie. And this recipe that I put of mine in this book is, well, you brown the butter and it's just like over the top. And her dad went to, was it Laramie, Wyoming? Where he went to a pie place that said they had the best pecan pie. That was her big advertisement, the best pecan pie in the whole world. And so he always loved my pie, and he went and got a piece to, you know, see what it was like. And he said, hands down, our pecan pie recipe in there is so much better than even the world's best pecan pie. So you might try them in the holidays, you know, if you want to have fun. Is Michael? Let Michael fix you. You're falling down. Let Michael fix you. She's falling down, Michael. Can you fix her a little bit over here? Now Michael's blushing over here.
Susan wants to know, does it work to pre-bake crust for frozen pie filling? Do you mean the apple pie filling? You don't need. You can pre-bake it, but you don't need to.
No, the only time I said to put it in the oven for just 1 or 2 minutes till it puffs up is when you use it for custard, any pie crust for a custard pie, like pumpkin.
And Doodle Toot says our pie is the best pie.
Thank you. Do you like the pie or the pie crust or both?
Yep.
Pie crust.
She will not make another crust ever again. I'm telling you, once you make the pie crust,
and it's hard. It's hard to eat boughten pie crust after you've
they're in the garage. And here, Mike, take this box too. Where's the other box?
Over there.
Oh, take that too.
That box?
Yeah.
She's not here yet, but apparently she's coming. I don't know.
What was we saying? Talking about?
Hello, friends.
Once you try this homemade pie crust, it is to eat a boughten pie crust.
Set them on the
it's
driveway
hard.
for
It's really hard to do because you.
Yeah. Sorry. Set them on the driveway. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's fine. You know, you can tell such a difference in the different pies.
Kimmy likes honey. Oops, I missed it. Honey crisp. She says those are really good. Yeah, those would probably be a good one.
Yeah, honey crisp would be a good one too. Ones that are slightly tart, sweet, slashed, that type of thing.
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My best friend years ago gave me the secret crisp apple pie for any type of pie, meat, fruit. Take very soft butter, oil, and coat the bottom and sides of the crust. Yeah, if you want it crispy, that would be how you would do that. And let's see, Gala are delicious. Yes, we love Gala.
Gala's really good, delicious.
They're really good. And let's see, I already said Kimmy likes Honey Crisp. And Kimmy wants me to bring her an apple pie to Los Angeles. Can you bring a pie on a plane?
You'd have to carry it on. I could just see you slapping it in the
I
suitcase.
don't know. Oh, I'm tempted to try it now.
You could make an apple turnover.
It was not the same.
Well, that's true. It's not the same.
I could make her a mini pie.
Oh, one thing too about the pie crust, guys.
Going through TSA.
When you've got time, you can not even. I'm just ignoring you.
Don't mind me. I'm just taking a pie to my friend who lives in Utah, but we're meeting in Los Angeles.
But you can take ahead of time and make up the pie crust and put them between wax paper and put them in the freezer, wrap them up and so then you have almost like bought pie crust doing them up ahead of time.
Anybody want to know what's in my pocket? I'm waiting for Mike to come back before I tell you. Let's see.
I can see what's in your home. You won't believe what's in her pocket.
I may find making pie crust frustrating. Here's what you do. It doesn't matter. I am a horrible pie. No, here's what you do.
I know.
I am a horrible pie crust maker.
What you're going to say.
They are ugly. You call it rustic.
Yeah. Tara does it all the time.
Change the name to old fashioned or rustic, and it doesn't really
Call
matter.
it good.
I'm serious. It tastes really good, but my pie crusts fall to pieces.
I know.
Absolutely fall to pieces.
And my recipe will more because you want it to be a little bit thinner too because it's so flaky. It's just like layers of, it's almost like puff pastry is what it does.
Yeah.
But you slap it in there. If it tears and gets a hole, you just push it together or put a patch on top of it and call it good.
Sandy, yes, we have plenty of cookbooks left. We just got a huge shipment in a couple of weeks ago. And so we have a whole bunch of cookbooks. Actually, guys, if you want to see, so I'm doing a video. Monday's video is going to be on how we ship and how we self-publish our cookbooks because we're going to this conference and I'm going to get tons and tons of questions. I always get questions on how we self-publish. And so I just did a video on it because I get that question all the time. So if you guys want to know how we do that, that's Monday's video. They think TSA would take it from me and eat it later. Yes, I would. Grammy Midwife says, off subject, but I'm loving your soap class. I know they are older videos, but you make everything so much easier. Oh, yay. Thanks for buying my soap class. That's great. Yeah, I have a soap class for you guys don't know. Go to Living on a Dime, go to the shop, and I have a course on how to make your own homemade soap. Okay, so you guys want to see what's in my pocket here? You want to know what's in my pocket, dear? Here.
It looks like you have a mutant problem.
Looks like I have a mutant problem. Okay, so here you go. You guys ready? Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here you go. Okay, you see what's in my pocket?
Right.
Okay, you see what's in my pocket? Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Here
Is
we
that
go.
the whole crop?
Here we go. Oops. It's falling out. Hold on.
Are they kiwis?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Whoops. Hold on. Hold on. This is a moment. This is a big, big moment. Okay. Let's see. You see all this? Do you know what this is? This year's potato crop. I'm not kidding. My potato crop.
That's her whole
The entire potato crop fit in my pocket. This is this year's potato crop. I am not kidding. I put a couple in my pocket and I was like, okay, and I kept digging the entire crop. This is it. If we have to actually grow our own food, we are going to starve. And I have been a gardener for 35 years. We are going to starve. I don't know what we're going to do. I know. We're going to lose a lot of weight.
Mike says they're going to lose weight.
Oh my goodness. So yes, entire potato crop. Oh, thank you, Paula, for the Bible donation.
Oh, thank you.
And SLH, I am so sorry. We do not ship outside the United States, and we probably never will. I'm super sorry. We have an ebook that you can get, an ebook version, but your country's rules, the European countries, union's country rules have just basically made it impossible for us to ship. It's not worth the headache that it was causing us. And not so much headache, the loss of money. We literally were paying to ship books to Canada. We were not making any money. We were losing money, and I just could not do it anymore. So Barbara says her grandpa was born in Dodge City, Kansas. We know where that is. We used to live
all the time.
Right by there. And Grammy says that's about the size of the potatoes she harvested too. I know. What is in the air this year?
Really weird around here today.
It's like sad. It's really, really sad.
Although I have to say, Tara's $350 tomato
Was delicious.
She had another one that she did go ahead and give to me. I have never tasted a tomato like that.
It was really good.
It was like the sweetest. I can't even describe it. I'm 71 years old, and I've never tasted a tomato that was that good before, ever.
And I don't know what it was because this is Wyoming, and my tag blew away.
Tag blew away. Sorry. But you know what I did?
I'm such a failure.
I'm going to save the day. I took the seeds from the top part that I had to cut off, and some of the seeds were in it.
Yeah.
So I planted it in my little pot.
Don't plant it. You got to wait till next year.
Well, I buried it in there, and I'm going to bring it in the house.
Well, don't water it.
I can't water it.
You're going to grow tomato in the winter?
Well, is there anything wrong? You do it in a greenhouse, don't you? Do you grow tomatoes in a greenhouse? I thought I would try.
Black thumb.
Huh?
Black thumb.
Black thumb.
Black thumb.
At least I'm trying, guys, right? Give me a thumbs up for trying.
Holmes for this. There's Holmes.
Oh, she gave me that tomato while we were at church at a Bible study thing. And I thought, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Because I had no place to set it. And so I thought, I'll set it right here on the floor by my purse. But I was terrified to take my eyes off of it, that somebody would step on it through the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really, really tasty. So
it was good.
Yeah. So that was my potato harvest this year. So if you guys have questions, throw them in the comments here. Mike's here now, so
we might get semi-organized.
He could help with the questions. But we wanted to show you while we're getting questions in there, just write questions and then put your question. We wanted to show you a couple of things that happened this week. First of all, went to a couple of garage sales. Wow. Oh my goodness. I furnished my whole basement.
Oh, she did.
With like 3 garage sales. I could not believe it. And then I was wanting some different fall decorations, and so I got some new ones, but look at this one that I got. That's super cute. Are you ready? So let's see if I can do this without breaking my nose. So look at this pumpkin I got. Oops, hold on. Let's do it this way. Okay, or not. Woo, woo. Oh my. Oh dear. Okay, oops. There we go. Okay. Now these gnomes Dave got me for Mother's Day and my birthday. So I just did them as a decoration. But look at this thing. Is this not the coolest pumpkin ever?
It's really big.
I just realized I guess I need to dust it. I didn't dust it. And then she had this tray also. So I got this pumpkin with this tray. It was $4 for both of them. $4 was all. And then I put my little gnomes, and I have this sitting in front of the fireplace. It is so stinking cute. I absolutely love it. So I had to show you that. Then Mom, want to grab that one? Just a second. Then we'll come back up again. Are we too high? No. Okay. So then I was doing my basement in blue. Decide because they had all kinds of blue stuff. Oops, sorry, I took you off the camera. Well, that really wasn't an accident, but I'm just.
I know. I was going to
narcissist,
say you did.
but I'm doing my which way does it go?
Here we go.
So I'm doing my basement in blue. And after all these garage sales, we went to Walmart. And we just happened to see, is this not the prettiest material? Oh my goodness. The chairs that I got for $50 are this color blue right here for the basement.
2 of them.
I got 2 of those. So
2
the
chairs.
Pillows were 25 cents. And then so I got the pillows before we found the material. And then we just happened to go to Walmart and we found this material. How much was this material? I didn't even ask. How much do I owe you?
It was $3 or something a yard.
It was only $3 a yard?
Mhm.
You didn't buy it all?
No, I did get an extra half a yard, I think, though.
I may have to go back. But isn't that pretty? So Mom took the pillow and go ahead and say what you're.
Well, the pillows she got at the garage sale for $1. They were just some throw pillows. This gal had a box of throw pillows. They were really nice, expensive throw pillows. As a matter of fact, I almost hated to take the cover off of them because they were like a faux. But it was gorgeous, and a fancy zipper on the back on the.
They were leathery,
leather-like faux. I don't
Yeah.
know, kind of a grayish
I don't know.
leather type stuff. But it had a really nice zipper in it. It was well made, and inside was a down-filled pillow form. And so that's what I just used.
I mean, that's probably $20 worth just for the pillow.
Oh yeah, just for a down pillow
Quarter.
form,
I got it for a
so
quarter.
she got a really good deal on that. So be sure to look, and it was clean, smelled nice. The pillows were just really nice. So watch for, if you see a pillow at a garage sale, even if it's ugly and you don't like it, you can make, if you know how to sew a square up, you can make a pillow cover. Now what I'll do is, or I can do, for each holiday, if she sees fabric or something, we can just take and put a different pillow cover on and just save the pillow covers. And when she wants to trade them out, she can just keep putting them on this pillow form and do the different, instead of buying brand new pillows for Christmas and another new pillow thing for, Halloween or whatever you're decorating for, just get one nice, thing to cover with the different
Well, and I
color
like
covers.
this fabric because I like all the different colors. So if I decide to change up colors, I can still keep the fabric, but then I could do the pink or the red or this darker forest green. I mean, this has everything but purple. It has every single color. No, yeah, yellow. And so any color that I want to change, I can change it up into that
Because
color.
It has purple, or deep blue. It's purpley blue.
Yeah, that might
And
be purple.
probably you've got about 75 cents in the fabric
Mm-hmm.
and a quarter, because this here I just with some old stuff I had gotten for free,
Mm-hmm.
and then a quarter for the foam. So she's got these down pillows for $1 is what it boils down to.
Mike, can you send me the questions real quick, and then I need you to come here. So then I'm going to show you what I did this week. So let's see, what day was it? Wednesday.
Yes, when you were.
So Wednesday, I woke up with a migraine, which I haven't had for a really long time, like years since I went dairy free. And I was like, okay, so I took, Advil and everything, and I wasn't feeling good. So I decided to do this and to get my mind off my
I'm
headache.
not laughing because she's had a headache. Go ahead.
Now what?
Well, I'll let you show that and then I'll say.
Can you come here when you get a second? Yeah. And so I decided to do this because my head was hurting. So I was trying to get my mind off my head.
For pain.
And I knew I had the show. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything too much. And so I decided to work on this. Can you lift my thing down for me?
Oh, yes.
And you're going to be Vanna, dear. Can you be Vanna?
I don't want to drop it. Here. Is it like this?
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Now. Oh, they're perfect. Okay. Go ahead. So keep going. Keep going. So I had this old window and I wanted to do a pumpkin painting. So I decided to work on this to try and get my head off, or get my mind off of my head hurting. And so I made that. Didn't that turn out cute?
And you've got to realize Tara's only been painting for what?
A few
6 months
yeah,
or something?
barely.
She'd never
I
painted
probably
before.
only done 10 or 12 paintings.
She's never painted before a real
She's
painting.
got some really nice ones. A couple of them look like Van Goghs.
So yeah,
This
call them
one's
Van
amazing.
Taras. Mom. Oh yeah,
I
Mom
went and
said-
said, I went and she
Okay,
said, I was
thank you.
trying to get my
Okay.
mind off
Yeah,
my
you just-
pain because I was hurting and I just couldn't think straight. And I was just getting, all this. She was going, and she said, look what I painted. I said, well, she's like whoever that guy is, that one of the artists, when they were half crazy or drunk or something, they'd go and paint paintings. And I said, well, that's what she's doing, is painting
So just call it a Van Tara.
Fantara.
Well, so then as soon as I was done with my painting, then the ibuprofen that I had taken had worn off, I guess. And oh my goodness, I thought I was going to die. We keep getting the question, if you're a Christian, do you commit suicide? Let me tell you, if I didn't have a husband and kids, that would have been me. I was like, I cannot stand this. I have never, ever, ever canceled a show for being sick like that, or just for my CFS, or I've never canceled a show ever for that. If we have a cold or something and we can't do it, but not, just for a headache. And I called Mom at like 2:30, no, 3. I called her at 3, 30 minutes before she was coming over. And I was like, okay, if you want to go on with Mike, you can go on. There's no way. I couldn't even think straight. My head was hurting so bad. I thought I can't stand it. So that's what happened on Wednesday. Finally, I took 4 Advil, and then 2 hours later, I took 2 aspirin, 2 Tylenol, and some caffeine, and laid down after I got out of the tub. I was hoping the tub might relax my muscles or whatever. So I had all those painkillers, and finally...
This is not medical advice.
Mike called and he said, she's in the tub now. I said, you go in there and watch her. I was waiting. Yeah, he said, all the lights are off. I said, you watch her. She's liable to just kick the bucket and slide under the water. And
he knows it's bad when I'm not reading in the tub, because all I do is read in the tub. So he knows it's bad. And so I finally took all of that and laid down, and about an hour later, it finally got to the point where I didn't feel like I was just going to jump in front of a semi. I was just like, oh my goodness. So I think I mostly recovered. I'm not sure what caused it, because I haven't had, the only thing I can think is that Mike had a dairy-free granola bar that was chocolate, and I haven't had chocolate in 3 months. And I'm wondering if it's the chocolate that did it.
It could not be chocolate. Chocolate would not do anything like that. Chocolate would have cured you. You should have had more chocolate.
But now I'm terrified to even try it and see.
I'll try it for you.
If
the chocolate.
that was it. So I was just like, oh my goodness, this is bad. But anyway, okay, Mike, send me some questions real quick. So anyway, that's what happened on a Wednesday show. So sorry guys, but I couldn't do it. I was just like, nope, I'm done. And as I was saying earlier in the show, I told Kimmy I'm quitting this week. So
she hasn't asked for questions yet. Did you want people to start sending questions?
I did ask. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I sent you like the 3 I had.
Oh,
He already
3 I
said.
had. Okay, which
There weren't hardly any.
which email to Tara Kellen? So anyway, give your mom all the chocolate. Yeah, I don't really eat
No,
chocolate
she's
anyway.
not.
I don't like it. I'll eat other stuff. But Mama B says the curry chicken and Dining on a Dime Volume 2 is the best she's ever had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. And Sandy says, I want to see the pumpkin window behind you to Tara Payment. Oh, well, there you go. We just answered that question. And Kenneth says, I often use the excuse my tag blew away. Yes. So next year, all of my tags are going to be painted on rocks.
Big rocks.
Big rocks. And I am going to do that. So Karen says, have you ever tried your hands and feet in hot water and an ice pack on your neck? No, I haven't. I might have to try that.
Mm.
I actually, since I've cut out dairy, I still have my constant headache that never goes away, but that doesn't never turn into a migraine. And so, that would be nice if I could just get my constant. It's weird. I wake up every morning, and like a half an hour every morning after I wake up, I get a really bad headache, and it just comes on and stays on. And it might be Mike. I don't know. That's the only common
Might be Mike.
denominator.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't.
The only thing
this
you've had for
morning-
all these years is Mike. So
This morning, I haven't drank my tea. I didn't take any supplements, nothing. And I woke up and my head was just awful this morning. I was like, what in the world?
You can send me
Dude.
to Ireland, and then you would be far enough away that you could determine if it's me.
I can send you to
Yeah,
Ireland, and
I
then I
was
can
thinking here for
determine.
just
You
to
do
make
know that if
sure.
you go to Ireland, you probably won't ever come back now. They probably won't let you out or back in. Do we dry tomato seeds before you plant them? Yes.
Yeah.
The proper way to do it,
I knew you were supposed
not
to
my
dry 'em.
mother's way, is you let your tomato get totally ripe, preferably on the vine, completely ripe, and then
Dry it.
squeeze out the seeds, dry them on a paper towel or whatever, and let them dry.
And I actually did know that, but I was going to throw it in the compost pile. And I thought, no, I'll just stick it in the pot and see what happens.
Yeah. What is apple butter, a jam or a condensed applesauce? It's a condensed applesauce.
Yeah, and it is
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
good,
We've
though.
got, don't we have apple
Yeah,
butter?
yeah.
Yeah,
In
we've got
Dining
apple
One, Volume
butter.
1.
And is that great grandma's recipe?
Mhm.
Is it one like it? Kind of
Yeah,
like
it's one I got that
it?
dining right here. It's my recipe that I adapted from another one because I can't remember why on that one. I had to change it for some reason, but
I don't think great
really yummy.
grandma's had all the ingredients exactly on hers either.
maybe that was what it was.
Mhm. Apple
Um,
butter is so good. I love
yeah.
apple butter.
Go to livingonadime.com and go to the search bar, and you guys can type in curry chicken, and it's in there if you want to find it. Let's see.
Yeah, a lot of these recipes you can go to Living on a Dime and just type in,
Uh-huh.
and we probably
Yeah.
have them on there.
Yeah. And no, I don't have blood pressure issues, so I don't think that was it. Were you just wondering if you were planning for Christmas yet? So here's the thing. I hope my children aren't watching. I really don't feel like doing Christmas this year. I was just thinking the other day, can we just cancel Christmas? I love Christmas,
We always do it up so big.
but I'm like, the thought of going out and buying presents, although the kids are old enough now, we just give them money because that's all they want,
No.
except for Jack. I mean, no, it's not all they want, but I mean, it's not all we give them, but
No.
it's all they want.
Yeah.
But could it be barometric pressure or food allergies for my headache? It could be, although the food allergies, I have eliminated everything.
Yeah,
and
she
I
doesn't.
know-
She's not eating.
I mean,
hardly
I'm not exaggerating. In January, I was down to pork chops and pineapple for 2 months. I ate pineapple and pork chops, and that was it. And it still didn't go away. So I don't know. And I've had spinal taps. I've had MRIs. Oh my goodness, I don't know how many MRIs I've had. Blood work up the wazoo. I've eliminated all my supplements. I've added supplements. Nobody can figure out why my headaches never go away. TMJ. So yeah, I had thought it was TMJ. And like when the day that I had it, I noticed that this muscle, it was so tense that it was actually bulging. So I started massaging that, but it's not going away. So I don't know what it is. Ooh, Sandy's going to make maple glazed chicken right here. And let's see, did I? Super easy recipes, guys. I don't know if I put the video up yet or if it's coming up. I can't remember where it's at in the queue, but we have it coming up on my other channel, Super Easy Recipes. Oh, come here, dear. Dear, this is your moment. This is your moment. This is your moment. So on my headaches,
It's not a tumor. That's funny.
Mike is always quoting that one.
Yeah, he is.
There was some other thing I said the other day. What was it? Regarding your...
I
can't
don't
remember.
Oh, he was the biggest distraction. We went to Bible study last night. I didn't know what if he
Oh.
drank before he came. If he was saying One
Wait.
thing, we were trying to study here and be really quiet and study, and he'd whisper something to her, and then she'd just burst out laughing. Then she'd tell me, and I'd be laughing.
So come here. You got to tell him real quick. Okay. So we were talking about the rapture of the church and how our physical bodies are going to leave Earth and come out of the grave and go to heaven. And this is what he said. Right. The very solemn moment.
Yeah,
the
everybody was
preacher
very
is-
quiet and very studious.
I just said, there's going to be dirt flying everywhere and big rocks flying around. It's going to be really hard for the people left behind.
Can you imagine tombstones flying and dirt flying? And
As everyone's shooting out of their graves. Actually, that was one of a number of things that I said.
Yeah, he just was on a roll. He
Tara
just-
was in stitches.
she was laughing, and then she'd tell me, and I'd, oh my.
I don't know what
He was worse than the
did,
kids cutting up in
yeah.
church.
but no. See, I'm not the only one. Nobody wants to have Christmas this year. I don't mind decorating for Christmas. I just don't want to.
They're saying, enjoy
Do
the time with the
Christmas.
kids. Don't do less, enjoy family more. She would like to enjoy us going somewhere else more.
Okay, you guys are going to think I'm the worst mother and grandma in the world, but the best Christmas I ever had, I had to spend Christmas Eve all by myself, and I was in hog's heaven. I got me a 2-liter of Pepsi, and I made a big bowl of my favorite Christmas dip with chips, and I sat there.
You didn't
It
get a
was-
gallon of ice cream and put chocolate all over it?
No, I didn't. I got my Christmas dip and my 2-liter of Pepsi, and I just chug-a-lugged that thing all evening. So quiet. I listened to Christmas music. I watched Christmas movies. It was, and I felt so guilty the whole time. I thought I'm supposed to, but I'm with my family all the time. You know, we're always together. So it's almost more of a treat having a couple of hours to yourself in one sense. Not that we don't love you guys. You know, I don't love you guys, you know.
So Denise says, if it was the worst headache of your life, that is something to see the doctor about to rule out aneurysms. I never thought about that. Actually.
Well, I was kind of wondering.
That's
was
why
bad.
I sent him in to
I
check
haven't
in the
really
tub.
seen her that bad with the headache.
I have
before.
never had a headache that bad. I'm not kidding. And I've had headaches for 35 years, and I've never had anything like this. And
Well, I've never seen her react to
honestly,
one like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I've never, yeah. Let's see. If we already ran out of food, I'm first in line to purchase the original van, Tara. I don't get it. What's the original van?
It says an original. Huh?
Oh, her.
Oh,
thing.
Van Tara!
Oh, Ben.
She's a little slow.
See,
That's
my headache
awesome.
came and I can't think again.
Your headache came right next to you, huh?
I think we should try Christmas in Killarney.
Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. Okay. Have you tried lowering your EMF exposure? No. Well, no, but I've tried the mats and stuff because I honestly thought I thought it might. I think it's EMF of some sort or something, because I'll tell you why. When we were growing up at our house in Kansas, I could not change a light bulb.
Oh,
I could not cook on the stove. I was always getting zapped. I could not wear a watch.
she's never been able to wear a watch.
I can't wear a watch. And
I'm so glad her dad was there with me at the time. And we were sitting there watching her. The light bulb had gone out in the dining room, and we turned the switch off, and she ran and got the light bulb. She was older.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah, I was like 16.
yeah. So it's not like, she was
Not
little
like I was
kid
2
doing-
changing a light bulb.
And she was changing it. Of course, we had the light switch off, and we were both watching her change this light bulb that was on. The thing was off, and she screwed it in, and it just exploded and shattered when she put that silly light bulb in. We sat there, and we didn't even know how to react at first because we'd never seen anything like it. And yeah, she
it
really,
was-
and then get her near a stove, and oh my goodness, it was
Yeah, it
frightening
was
what she'd do
bad.
by a stove.
now I could, huh?
And knives.
And
And
knives.
knives. I know,
Well,
between
knives
knives
is an
and
electrical issue, but I can cook the stove and change light bulbs now, but I still can't wear a watch.
no.
And I do feel it's kind of weird. Like if I go under power lines or something, like our old house in Kansas, there was power lines and we would walk. I kind of felt like my body was vibrating.
I was gonna say, don't tell anybody that. They'll think you're crazy. We're telling the whole world this.
Well, it's
just
kinda
dawned on me,
weird.
you're telling everybody.
We had to stop.
But yeah,
Because when I would walk under those power lines, it was just a weird feeling. And so that's what I thought it was. So I tried some of those mats. But I mean, unless I become a hermit in the middle of nowhere, how are you supposed to live without electricity? You just can't live without electricity, you know.
we're a prepping channel. We're supposed to teach people how to do
Well, I
that.
can do it, but
Yeah, I know.
practically.
I know.
But you know what? I just got to thinking. When I was in high school, I was bound and determined I was going to be a hermit living in the mountains without electricity and without water. And I wonder if instinctively
You knew that's what you needed to do.
I think
Mhm.
I need to go to the mountains without electricity for 2 or 3 months and see how I do. And here's how we'll test it. If I feel better, we'll know it's something. Then if Mike and the kids come and join me and my headache comes
And they
back,
comes back.
It's Ireland, baby.
Ireland, baby. Mike said it's Ireland, baby.
so if anybody has an off-grid cabin that I can go to for 3 months, just let me know. And actually, a viewer let me stay at her cabin that was semi-off-grid, but it still had power. So that wasn't really a good
Yeah,
test.
you can test it.
But yeah,
Some dispersed camping.
some dispersed. What is dispersed camping?
Dispersed camping is where you take your tent and you drive along the road and you're like, oh, there's a
You just
spot
find
out
a
there that looks
place.
good. There's tons of it up on the mountain.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Maybe I should go ahead and get a bite guard again. I tried a bite guard for my headaches and it didn't do any. Well, the doctor said it wasn't the dentist said it wasn't. I went to the dentist for TMJ and they said it wasn't. And then I had treatment for TMJ, even though he said it wasn't, just to make sure. And it still didn't stop. So I don't know what it is. Maybe allergies. I do have allergies. Maybe I should just stay on allergy medicine all the time. Stress, probably just stress. Yeah. Let's see. So Lauren says there's raw land for me near the White and Buffalo rivers in Arkansas. Sorry. No offense. I'm from Kansas. It's the Arkansas River, which is properly said, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's properly said, the Arkansas River. She said it has no electricity. So we could try that. Holly says a trillified, no, sorry, the computer's a really long way away. Trifield. I have no idea what this is. Trifield TF2 EMF meter is very helpful. I have no idea what that is. It will show you where the high readings in your house are. You should be surprised what you find out. Actually, we did that. How did we do that? It was BJ.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought BJ did something like that.
Yeah, we did do that. Well, at our old house. Remember BJ had that meter and he was going around the house and he'd stand in front of the microwave and it'd zap all the way up. And then when we turned the microwave on, it would zap even further. Do you remember that?
I remember.
I remember there's some kind of a device. Yeah.
I wonder if he still has it. If he does, we should get it from him when we go see him and bring it home. And then we can take it back if he comes for Thanksgiving.
Find out there's some sort of secret government military installation under our house.
Probably. Do I need to do my brain zapping again? Maybe. It did help my headaches, actually.
Yeah, the brain zapping did help her.
That did help. Cervical, spinal area. I've had all that done. And so I do wonder if it isn't like LED light bulbs or something, possibly, Melissa. Yeah. She said some of the colors. I do notice like this light over here. I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, this is getting on my nerves. And so I'm wondering if the light could possibly be part of that. But I don't know what my issue is. Mike has let me do I've done everything: massage, TMJ, brain zapping.
I really think you need to send Mike overseas and try it out.
He thinks I need to send Mike overseas and try it. But you did try that. Remember, you and Ellie went?
And you were great, weren't
No, I still had 3 kids at home then, and they were all teenagers. I still had 3 teenagers at home, I should say. Let's see. Try wearing sunglasses in something, Barbara says. I don't know what that means. Yeah, maybe I'm hooked up to some kind of power supply. I don't know.
What?
Some kind of, maybe Tara could be hooked up as the same kind of power supply. But here's what's funny. I keep telling Mike, I feel like if we got a taser, I feel like Mike, if he would just tase me once or twice, it would reset my electrical system in my body and I might feel better. I really do. Would it relax my muscles later if my muscles just tensed and then they stopped? I don't know. You guys want to see me tase? See Mike tase me?
That would go viral.
That would go viral.
Oh my goodness, the police would be at our door in 30 seconds flat.
Oh goodness.
See if my arteries are clogged. Well, that would be a heart attack or something, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
No, they're not, because I just had that test done like 2 months ago, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I just had my arteries checked and they were fine. My neck ones are. Pamela likes her Bible. Yay.
Oh, good.
Do I take iodine? No, but I eat salt. So I don't know if that makes it worse or better. Lori, when the power goes out, I feel a relief. Yeah, I do too. Because I can hear stuff humming all the time.
Yeah,
and it drives me nuts.
I feel better when the power goes out because just hearing the background noise.
Honestly, if I didn't
Yeah.
have a husband and kids, I think I would be off grid. I
would
really
too.
do.
I would too.
Electricity just drives me up the wall.
I've always wanted to
And-
live up in the mountains too, alone.
Electrolytes. I've tried electrolytes. I've tried amino acids. I'm just going through all these in case somebody has something that, yeah, they've checked me for meningitis and all that stuff. So maybe less salt. Actually, I don't eat that much salt. I know
No.
we joke around about the salt, but I really
She
don't.
really doesn't. Mm-mm.
I really don't eat that much. Well, I'm just not eating that much
Yeah,
now.
I was
so
going to say you're not eating anything.
I have a
so.
sprinkle or 2 on my dinner. And that's about it.
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't
eat-
eat canned food hardly right now or
Sandy
anytime.
Blue blocker sunglasses.
Blue blocker sunglasses.
I had blue blocker regular glasses and that didn't do anything. And I thought it was the computer. I thought it was the computer doing it to me because I was editing videos and stuff. And I do know the computer makes it worse. But I can't figure out why the computer makes it worse. If it's staring at the screen or if it's just the power zapping through the computer. I don't know. So it also could be radio frequency for microwave, cell tower, cell phones, smartwatches, smart meters. Maybe the aliens are zapping my brain and I don't know it.
Now
That could be a problem.
I had the same kind of migraines that she's having. I mean, I was
Right.
just paralyzed, really bad. And it was every single day. It wouldn't go away. But I ended up having to have a hysterectomy and boom, the minute I had that done, I haven't had a headache since then. So it was my hormones were off kilter really,
yeah,
really
but
bad.
but it's been 35 years.
Well, I've gone for
Nothing has
years. I
changed.
know.
I
But
mean, I guess
what
they're
it
not
took.
they won't give me one.
No,
but-
no, I don't. I'm not saying you should have one to get rid of your headaches necessarily, but that's sometimes hormones being way out of whack can really cause headaches bad.
Trigonometral neurologically, the nerve in the face from the brain is called whatever that is, and it acts up. So Dave was just talking about that yesterday, actually. Or no, it was the blood vessel. Was it the nerve or the blood vessel in his head? He said was bothering him.
Dave was
Was it brain cloud?
It was a brain cloud. Oh, who knows that reference? It was a brain cloud. Who knows that reference? Let me know if you know that reference. That's Mike's favorite video or movie ever. Mike's favorite movie ever. Have my hearing tested. I hear too well, actually. It drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
See, when you have CFS,
Tinfoil hat.
the muscles in your ears, well, all your muscles are affected with fibromyalgia and CFS. And so the muscles in your ears are affected too. And noise just drives us
Yeah.
crazy, absolutely crazy.
Well, Mike, copy that trigeminal neurologia, and let me check that one out. That's something I haven't checked out. I don't even know what that is, but let's check it out. Why not? I mean, it could be hormonal, but like it never stops for 35 years. So I would think that it would fluctuate.
Mine had
on
gone,
and
no,
off.
mine just was continual
Um,
because it was so messed up. It just stayed
Well,
continually.
maybe Mike could give me a hysterectomy. Let's see. Can we do that live? How to do living on a dime? Living on a dime does a homemade hysterectomy.
How to save money, how to save on your medical bills.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Uh,
MK says the economic ninja said this is a jubilee. Is this a jubilee year?
It
Is
is.
this Shemitah year?
yeah, Smita. That's
Oh,
why it's such a
seriously?
big deal this new year.
Year of rest for
Mhm.
part of the land. Could it be why some of our gardens did not produce?
Oh, that's probably right.
I'll bet you anything.
Yeah. A Shemitah
Is this
year.
really a Shemitah year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
A Shemitah year
wow.
is, for those of you that are wondering, the Jews, God commanded the Jews to, on the 7th year, to let their fields rest and not to plant any crops or anything. And there's a lot of other things involved with that too. And the years they didn't,
Yeah.
it was a serious thing because they didn't do it for some years. And I think
Yeah.
that was when they were taken into captivity for, what was it, Babylon or one of the
Yeah.
captivities, because they were taken in for that many years or something because they didn't do the Shemitah year. So
Here we
it
were
could-
disobeying God and I didn't even
and
know
you didn't
it.
even know it.
It's a good thing we're saved by grace.
I know, not under the law anymore, huh?
Okay, Karen, I'm going to look into that because actually right along here hurts really, really bad. Like I can physically feel this muscle along the side of my head is poofier than the rest.
I'm sorry. A mother shouldn't laugh at her daughter's pain, but if you just knew. I'm sorry.
Barbara, try a chiropractor. I've gone to the chiropractor. all
Oh,
the
yeah,
time.
she goes constantly in the massage.
Does nothing. Yeah.
See what Angela said about if you hear too well.
What did Angela say about if I were here too well? I missed that one. Let's see, where is it,
She
Angela?
says if you hear too well, oh, where did it go? That's what causes mine. I hear everything and I hate it. I have fibro too. You hear stuff.
Oh.
Like a million miles
Oh
away.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've
And-
tried to control our hearing a little bit. Like we cannot go to a basketball game. Remember we went to that
Yeah.
basketball
Oh,
game
my
in
goodness, that was
Idaho?
Yeah.
I thought Mike was going to have to carry us both home just from
Yeah.
the noise was so bad.
Oh, Sandy says the Jubilee year doesn't start until
This weekend?
tomorrow, Sunday.
this
Oh, well,
weekend.
that wasn't it then. I was
Yeah,
not disobeying
it starts
the
this
Lord.
weekend.
So,
Oh, I guess it is Friday already, isn't it? I feel like it's.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. I've tried ashwagandha. That didn't do anything. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that it's probably I probably don't think it's a coincidence that I had such a bad headache the day and 2 days after we did just a strictly Bible show.
That's what
I don't think that's a coincidence either.
No.
But my regular headache issue is what I'm talking about, most of the time.
Mhm.
And so, yeah.
'Cause that show on Monday was pretty intense.
Yeah. I mean, all our shows are pretty intense. Actually, we did an experiment for September for doing a live show every time. And now we're going to our conference next week. And we're going to have them tell us what to do, but we're probably not going to do the 3 live shows a week anymore. Just because it's so hard. Well, doing videos in general is hard. But teeth grinding at night, Barbara says, maybe I am, but I've had it checked. And I've been to, I don't know how many neurologists. Oh my goodness. I've probably been to like 4 neurologists over the last 30 years, probably.
Yeah.
And none of them have found anything at all. They just tell me I'm stressed out. So I guess I'm just stressed out. So I just call it Mike, BJ, Ellie, Dave, and Jack.
That's what's causing
Mom.
a headache. Oh.
I'm willing to take the misery and go somewhere awesome overseas and just give you the chance.
You would suffer for her and go to Ireland, huh, Michael?
He's
to
willing
leave her
to
alone.
suffer to go to Ireland. I tried acupuncture. Oh my goodness. That was
That
worse
was
than the headache.
horrible. I've had
it was
that.
awful. And I've tried needling, and I've tried lidocaine injections.
That I've never had
won't do that
anything quite
again.
so bad.
No,
that was just
awful.
horrible. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. I won't do that again.
I couldn't even drive myself home. I had to sit in the parking lot because I couldn't even function.
Yeah, it was bad.
Mhm.
The green pump and I got at a garage sale for $2 this weekend. Isn't that cute? So yes. So Diane Dime Cookbook, guys, 25% off right now. Help us pay off our house. I told again. Although I'm explaining that actually in Monday's video a little bit about why we got a loan on this house and all that kind of thing. And so we are not going to do lives next week, but I do have videos coming out. And I have tried a TENS unit, Sandra. When I say I've tried it all, guys, I'm not kidding. I have spent probably $50,000 trying to figure all of this out between functional medicine, chiropractic, regular doctor, stuff that insurance wouldn't cover, food allergies. I've tried it all. The only thing I haven't tried is a divorce.
A divorce?
God doesn't want you to do that. And I'll keep him around for a little bit. He does the dishes.
He does the dishes. Yeah, he does do the dishes.
He's kind of a nice guy.
He's really good on the dishes.
Poor Mike.
Yeah.
I know we're giving you a hard time, but
it's only because we love you, Mike, we're sure.
But where's the place we order our glasses from? Zenni, Zenni, optical.com. They need to be paying me. We need to be a sponsored post for them. And yes, I've done sleep apnea and all of that. None of that was what caused it. Does it hurt to chew? No, not really. Showing me Ireland. Oh,
Mike is showing pictures of Ireland to Tara.
No, I don't think it hurts to chew. But I went to the dentist and he said he didn't think it was TMJ. Jeannie, who sent me the cutest little gnome thing ever, thank you so much, says the cookbooks are often awesome gifts for your busy friends. 25% off right now, guys. Are y'all in the docket for the Bid Summit conference? Are you going to be there? If you're there, say hi. It is, oh man, I cannot see. So the computer's far enough away I can't see with my distance glasses, but it's not close enough that I can read with my
I can't see
with my bifocals. It is Mima McLiving Healthy. So if you're there, say hi. Yes, we're going to Bid Summit is what we're doing. And allergies, I don't know. Maybe I should just take my allergy medicine every single day
and see what happens.
Even through the winter for like 3 months and see if that does it. Maybe that'll do it because I do have allergy issues. So anyway, but yeah, so all right, Mike put the links in there for everyone. We are going to not be live next week. I'm just going to get hopefully videos done before we leave. For the book. If you guys don't have a Bible, we give away free Bibles. If you need one, livingonadime.com, click on the shop, click on the Bible, use the coupon code, and we will send one for free to you. And anything else am I missing?
No, you got it all.
We actually got done in 1 hour and 35 minutes.
We did.
How did we manage that?
I don't know.
Oh my.
Barbara says have a safe trip.
Thank you, Barbara, for the safe trip wishes. Appreciate it. And pray for my garden while I'm gone. I hope the kids and mom can water.
She doesn't have faith in us, Jack, does she?
No, she doesn't.
I know. We always fix it good.
Yeah. Could I be dehydrated? No. I
No.
drink tons of water. As a matter of fact, the doctor told me to stop drinking so much water because I was washing all the minerals and salts out. So unfortunately. All right, Torrid. Yes, we were early today because we did a special show, but now we're getting off. I'm so sorry. But we will. Did I get rid of all my apples already? Yes, we did. We gave them back to the person that we got them off their tree from. So, because I way overestimated how many we would need. So now I'll know. So Diana got free apples too. Yay. Now you know how to use them. Livingonadime.com. We'll see you guys
Bye,
next time.
guys.